Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to say on behalf of the people of the Northern Marianas, I want to convey our appreciation to Secretary or Administrator Loeffler. SBA's presence on the ground with regards to the disaster recovery has been incredible. There's a woman who is, I think, the information specialist who has been very good about going out in the community. Her name is Renata Mason. I just want to give her a shout out. She's done an incredible work in terms of, just the disaster recovery programs. And I want to say, first of all, thank you. So I represent the Northern Mariana Islands, and we are as remote as it can get, right? And there's never been a SBIR or a STTR grant awarded to a CNMI small business, and I think in large part because of our remoteness, right? And then we also don't have the financial ecosystems that is available here on the mainland, which basically serving as a barrier to folks on the ground to have access to some of the programs that is currently available under the SBA. And so I kind of just want you to talk me through how we get over some of these barriers so that our very hungry young entrepreneurs can be involved or participate in these opportunities.
Thank you for the question. I was studying your economy last night, and I think if you would invite me to visit you.
Oh, you're invited. Let's go.
And that would be a great if you could get Administrator Loeffler to bless a visit to you on what looks like a beautiful place that I guess tourism is your main industry. Wonderful question. Certainly something we're wrestling with all of our states. I mean, I've got lists of all of your states and your districts even, and, with all the awards that we have, and it's just disheartening to see that there aren't any SBIR awards or SBICs in your territory. And what I love about what we're doing and the advances of technology and entrepreneurs is that you don't have to be on physical location to make things happen. So our SBIR, we did our annual innovation summit just after the reauthorization, which was important to us in May for 2 days, and it was virtual. And so we had 3 days of incredible virtual seminars, lessons, engagements with each of the program managers. So someone in your territory could actually be there, and an entrepreneur could learn how they can engage with the SBIR program. And so I think that's an opportunity, not an easy thing to solve for sure, but certainly something that we're focused on for all of the states, in this great union.
So thank you for that, and I am looking forward to welcoming you and Secretary Loeffler, hopefully as well, to the Northern Marianas. I know that the chairman has been trying to do a CODEL out there, but just the schedules haven't aligned, and I think it's very important, for folks to actually set sight to the ground and kind of see what the conditions are, right? We just got, as I stated, we just got hit by a super typhoon, which has damaged our utilities grid. And so there's a lot of conversation as to how we can bring, new innovation so that we're not wholly reliant on fuel that we get from Southeast Asia, right? And right now, our utilities has gone up from 22 cents to about 46 cents per kilowatt. And, that's just cost prohibitive for many people on the island. And so what I'm very curious is, how do we incentivize researching, testing, and commercial deployment of innovative technologies like that in the CNMI? How do we open up these opportunities, especially given the fact that everybody talks about our location being strategic to national security, right? But that's not coming with the investment that supports the economy. And so how do we have these conversations and look towards opportunities like that?
Thank you for the question. I really think this, while it seems that it impacts and it's so tangible with what's occurred there, and I'm sorry for that, and it was very kind of you to give the shout out to a member of our team. Chris Stallings and Administrator Loeffler are on the road all the time, incredibly focused on disasters, and it's inspiring what they do. But what I would say is, this is a challenge for our entire country. We have allowed China to hollow out our industrial base. I was at a critical minerals conference in New York a month or two ago, talking to people about, okay, well, if we have mining, that's great, we need mining, right? Well, we actually can't refine anything. Like we can do our mining and we still have to send it to China to actually be refined. And so these are major problems that our programs, SBIR, STTR, and in particular, and all the national research labs, et cetera, are focused on. But our SBIC programs and other programs can be focused on it as well. And so it's an urgent priority for our entire country. And I appreciate you flagging it for us.
All right, thank you. I'm out of time. I yield back.